Have you ever noticed that sometimes learning English can kind of feel like you're on a roller coaster?
A roller coaster.
Yeah, one minute you're super excited and motivated, and then the next you're totally bogged down with like all the grammar rules and pronunciation, and
Mhm.
and then on top of all that is the fear of like messing up,
Yeah.
making mistakes.
Right, right. I know exactly what you mean.
So for today's deep dive, we're looking at this really interesting script for a podcast called People Sane, and they claim to have a new way to tackle this exact problem. They blend language learning with wellness.
Wellness.
Yeah.
Okay.
What really caught our attention was how they're using positive affirmations.
Affirmations.
Yeah, like to boost confidence, and help reduce that anxiety we were just talking about that can sometimes come with learning English.
Hmm. That's really interesting. It might sound a little bit out there, but there's actually some pretty solid science backing this up. Yeah. There was a study at Carnegie Mellon University, and the researchers found that people who regularly used these positive self-affirmations were actually better at problem solving. And not just that, they also stuck with difficult tasks for longer. They didn't give up as easily.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So just imagine applying that kind of mindset to learning English.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah. You'd be so much more likely to stay committed even when you hit those inevitable grammar roadblocks or those moments where you feel stuck with pronunciation.
So what kinds of affirmations are we talking about here?
Well, I'm curious to see what People Sane suggests.
Yeah, so they actually lay out these three specific affirmations and they suggest repeating them daily.
Okay.
The first one is, I am a confident English speaker.
Okay.
The second one is, every day I improve my language skills.
Every day I improve my language skills. Got it.
And the third one is, mistakes are opportunities to grow.
Mistakes are opportunities to grow. That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. It's almost like reframing.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. It's like you're training your brain to focus on the positive, like the growth and the progress that you're making,
Hmm.
instead of getting hung up on those little imperfections, which we all have, by the way.
Right.
And when you can make that shift in mindset, what you're really doing is creating this more relaxed learning environment.
Yeah, it's so important to feel calm and focused when you're trying to learn something new.
Absolutely.
But People Sane isn't just about affirmations. It's like a whole program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's pretty structured. They've got weekly lessons. They cover everything. They've got grammar, slang, pronunciation, like all the practical stuff.
Okay.
But then they also add in these mindfulness exercises and,
Mhm.
and interactive challenges. And they're even building an online community for support.
Oh, wow. So they're really trying to create this like holistic approach to learning?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They really highlight the fact that there are tons of resources out there for learning English
Mm-hmm.
and tons of resources for like wellness and mindfulness and all that.
Right.
But very, very few that actually combine the two.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like they believe that fluency is, so much more than just memorizing words and rules.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I've always said that a big part of language learning is cultivating this kind of positive mindset,
Hmm.
this belief that you can achieve your goals.
Right.
And when you start incorporating techniques like mindfulness, like stress reduction, you're basically creating the ideal conditions for your brain to absorb new information.
It's almost like priming your brain for learning.
Exactly.
So what can we take away from this? Well, I think maybe it's time for all of us to start experimenting with those affirmations.
Yeah.
See how they affect our mindset, see how they affect our learning, our confidence. You could even check out resources like this People Sane podcast and see if their approach is something that works for you.
That's a great idea. It's all about finding what works best for you, right?
Right. Right. And here's a question for everyone listening, just to kind of ponder on your own.
Hmm.
If fluency is more than just grammar and vocabulary, what are the other ingredients?
These are their ingredients. Yeah.
What are the other things that contribute to really mastering a language?
Oh.
And how can we cultivate those things within ourselves?
Wow, that's a great question to think about.